The Cobra has passed away. Dave Parker, fierce competitor, unbelievable physical specimen, 19 years in Major League Baseball. And the most saddest part about this, he just passed away on the weekend at age 74. It took him forever to get voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, and he was supposed to be enshrined in person next month in Cooperstown. And now it will be posthumously. Passed away after a 10-year fight with Parkinson's disease. But boy, he was a terror. 290 career batting average, 323 home runs, force in the dugout, bigger force in clubhouses. And the stories that have evolved in the last 48 hours since Dave Parker passed away of his influence on young ball players, whether it was a young Eric Davis, whether it was Barry Larkin, whether it was guys he was with while with the Angels for a short period at the tail end of the career. I mean, this guy was monstrously huge in terms of personality, persona, leadership. And of course, they called him the Cobra because of the way he swung on the bat. And think about this intangible, John, how hard it was for him to become the star right fielder in Pittsburgh when you consider whom he replaced. He replaced Roberto Clemente when Clemente died in that plane crash in the Caribbean while making food delivery to earthquake victims. He died. Parker, as a young player, wound up going into right field, and he became an icon. And he became the cornerstone of the We Are Family Pittsburgh Pirates. Willie Stargell, Al Oliver, Manny Sanguian. I mean, that was collectively quite an exciting time in Pittsburgh. And just how sad. He was a month away. He could not speak. He was bound to a wheelchair. But when they announced that he was going to be enshrined in the Baseball Hall of Fame, they had video of him sitting up in his wheelchair and doing this to the baseball fans and thanking him. So tough loss in Pittsburgh. Next topic on the table. Can you believe the New York Mets? The New York Mets, and I said this during spring training, and then they had this nice start. I said they didn't have enough pitching. They now have 5 of their top 6 starting pitchers on the disabled list. The latest was Griff Canning, went down with a ruptured Achilles tendon over the weekend. He's now gone. They've never gotten Sean Manaea back yet. Did not get Frankie Montas, the free agent, ever back. He's still not back. They're just really busted up, really beaten up. And the Mets go into Pittsburgh to play the last place Pirates on a 3-game series. They get swept and they get outscored 30-4 by the last place Pittsburgh Pirates. And there was a chunk of video that I saw yesterday that to me is the epitome of some of the things going on with the Mets. Here are the Mets getting blown out 9-1, 9-2, 10-1, 3 straight games by the last place Buccos. Juan Soto hits a home run in one of the losses. And he stands at home plate and watches the ball sail out of PNC Park, turns to his own dugout, and he's pounding his own chest. Like, look at me, look what I accomplished. While they're getting their ass kicked 3 straight games by a last place team. Self-serving outfielder. And that's part and parcel some of the things that's wrong with New York Mets baseball. Alonso has stopped hitting. Soto's not hitting for average, hitting an occasional home run. And look at me. Do you know, John, the Mets are 2-12 in this latest tailspin. And they're going to have to ride this out because they're not going to tear the roster apart. They just have to find a way to get some pitchers healthy. But the Soto thing to me was just the epitome of who he is, Mr. Me, Myself, and I. And the third item, the Athletics. This is pretty controversial. You know, they made a trade to get veteran pitcher Luis Severino, who was let go by the Mets. Severino shows up, supposed to be the front end of this rebuilt Athletics pitching rotation. He's really scuffled. He's really struggled. He did an interview with my friend Bob Nightingale, USA Today, over the weekend. Big article talking about how everything is wrong in Sacramento. It is minor league in every aspect of baseball. And he says, we become a road team. We're on the road all the time. We have no home field advantage. He flashed all these statistics that he did research on that shows Sacramento is the worst place in all of baseball, ranked 30th for a pitcher to pitch in. His ERA is 6.27 at home. He can't get guys out because balls keep flying out of this minor league stadium with the minor league dimensions. He says everything from the clubhouse to the food is just minor league. And he says, we go to major league ballparks. It's like a breath of fresh air. And he says, we are a road team for the entire 162 game schedule. And he's asked to be traded. And they gave him a contract extension. It's an utter disaster. And by the way, Severino's not washed up. He's got like a 2.42 ERA on the road and a 6.27 ERA when it's to pitch in the minor league ballpark. It says minor league baseball in every facet. Ouch. Okay, so go ahead. Talk about the Cobra. Talk about Mr. Me, Myself, and I, and talk about what Severino says.
But just the A's have just had such a tough go for so long, and just the way they're bungling the whole rollout of the move to Vegas. But we have to talk about Dave Parker. I mean, again, I kind of first got to, recognize him with that We Are Family era there in the late 70s. And Willie Stargell was sort of the big pops of the whole thing, but Dave Parker was a youngin'. But how about that world? It was an all-star game, and he got a ball out in right field and just threw a cannon shot to home. I think to Gary Carter. I think he might have tagged out Bobby Grich. I mean, that was one of the all-timers. You remember that one, Lee?
Yeah. I mean, he had a cannon for an arm, and he had no fear because he was big and physical. He's not afraid to run into walls, not afraid to bust over catchers, crashing in at home plate, taking out people at double plays. He's just, I guess I would call him real hard-nosed, old school. He was a really fine player. And he had a scowl to him that I think scared the hell out of rookies and even young players. There's a story going around about young Eric Davis kind of met up with him in the back of the near the clubhouses and just asked him some tips on baseball. And Dave Parker said, "Do you want to talk to me?" As if, how dare you come to me? And they started to laugh. And he gave Eric Davis a whole bunch of tips. Did the same thing for Barry Larkin. So I mean, the stories that have kind of surfaced now with his passing. Just really impressive guy. And just how cruel to have this a month before he's supposed to go to Cooperstown. We're in person in a wheelchair. He could have given everybody the thumbs up. So kind of a tough loss, but he beloved in Pittsburgh. Holy cow, beloved as part of that We Are Family group.
Yeah. I mean, what a guy. And I think he played for the A's there in the late 80s when they went to the World Series. But, the story that I heard, I didn't hear this back in the day. I just heard it last a few days ago, is that he would sometimes wear a Star of David necklace. And one of the players says, "Why are you wearing that? You're not Jewish." And he says, "Well, hey, my name's Dave and I'm a star." So I just thought that was a great line. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Are you going to comment on Mr. Me, Myself, and I, or are you just going to walk past that one?
Oh, Jesus. I mean, Soto is such a piece of work. I mean, I'm already seeing some of the guys on the live chat piling in, and like Richard is already saying, "I go to bed every night thanking the baseball gods we didn't sign Soto." So a lot of teams must be thinking that, maybe we avoided this. This guy is going to be just a negative influence in the clubhouse. We saw that in San Diego.
Not negative in the clubhouse, just all about himself. I mean, I've never seen anything as stupid as that. Look at me. He's pounding his chest. Look at what I did. You're losing 9-1, 9-2, 10-1. Look at me. You got to be kidding me. Okay. Well, it's all
funny. I wanted to say this. One of the funniest pieces of artwork I've seen is that he's wearing a shirt with him on the shirt, talking about how great of a ball player he is. So yeah, me, myself, and I.
Okay, that's all things baseball. We're not done. We got a ton of topics on the table.